The Speed of Boredom by Jon Cronshaw. I hold the yawn in my mouth and swallow the boredom. I look up at the clock while the lecturer talks and talks. How can time crawl like this? I fall into my mind, dividing time into the objective and subjective, the measurable and the personal. Time dilates at the speed of boredom. A minute seems like 5, an hour an eternity. They say, time flies when you're having fun. They say, live fast, die young. I say slow down, put your feet up, and make yourself a mug of warm milk. Live slow, live forever. I walk home and take the blandest route. There's no scenery, nothing of interest. The journey feels longer than it should. I gain several minutes. I throw out all the things I love. My books, the good ones, clothes, video games, movies, music, the wife. I search online for videos that will extend my life. An hour-long documentary about the history of bus travel in Wolverhampton between 1972 and 1976 pushes me beyond boredom. I gain so much, so many hours squeezed into one. My mum calls me. She's telling me about her new decking. The temptation to hold my phone away from my ear is almost unbearable. But I think about all the time I'm gaining and ask again about Aunt Mildred's hip replacement. So boring. I tell her, I've kicked out the wife. She gets upset. This drama is stealing my... It's eating into my life, accelerating my drift towards death. I hang up, drop the phone in the toilet and flush. The lights around the house cast interesting shadows on the walls. I take them out and flush them down the toilet as well. When the plumber came, he regaled me with amusing anecdotes about his time in the army, so I asked him leave and hid in a cupboard. There's a knock at the door, loud and insistent. It's the wife. She's been crying. She says she's worried about me. I try to ignore her and turn her words into a drone. I sit in the dark for weeks, eating dry crackers and rich tea biscuits. I read junk mail, copy the letters out into a notebook, catalogue their contents, and make an extensive archive. I watch a video on YouTube about Belgian politics. But I turn it off when it's a bit more interesting than I'd predicted. There's a knock at the door. The wife's back. She's crying again. My mum stands next to her. She's crying too. There's a paramedic and an ambulance outside. I try to explain that they're stealing my time. They don't listen. They say, it doesn't work like that. They say, they want to help me. But I don't need their help. I need to reach the speed of boredom. The end. Thanks for listening. If you want to hear more stories by Jon Cronshaw, hit like and subscribe. You can find out more about Jon Cronshaw's work by visiting joncronshaw.com.